live with the jive on your turkey drive. What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest. Hi, Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God, the very first child of God, created himself in the image of God, the divine feminine. I present to you my beautiful little starseed, Lilith. Hi, guys. Hi. In order to keep up with me, you had to catch what I posted on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. I told you guys, I was like, get the fuck off my page. And then I look up and there's more. I'll be like, get away from me. And then you bring your friends. Hey, you gotta see this chick. She's flipping out. Isn't it great, though? Did you see my freaking flip out? Freak out. I'll just be going with it. Hey, look. This is how I choose cards. Okay, really? We could choose anyone, but I was really drawn to that color. So let's just pick a color. I like the orange. Which orange? Which one? Really? It doesn't matter. It's color at this time. Feeling the fire. That one? Sure. Do I know what it is? No, do you? Oh, the Observer. That's super funny, because I know the next card says you're stalking. How do you know that? Well, because I kind of know. I think this is the Stalker card. Is this the Stalker card? Oh, no, it's a Knight of Wands. Oh, son of a monkey. He might be stalking. Oh, man. Mr. Knight of Wands. Is that me? That could be you. That could be any of us if we don't get our shit together. People be like, where are you going? To hell if I don't change my ways. To hell if we don't change our ways. Let's go through the shit. So yeah, I flipped out on that last video, but then I got confirmation I was supposed to do exactly that. I'm really feeling it. Feeling myself. In that sense, I outgrew these dudes. And I always say it. It's like, don't talk about my twin flames. Don't talk about those layers of... They're shadows, bro. They're shadow versions of me. Don't talk about it. You're going to bring up that part of me. Don't speak of the devils. Realistically, I mean, they're not really that very powerful at all, but the power that they tapped into is actually the power of what I am. I just see it through them, claim my power through them. So it's a great thing and all, but no. Don't fuck this up, Wolfman. You're going to be on the hit list of I hate my fucking twin flames. Realistically, yeah, I looked back, I was like, I totally devoured Marshall. And the last thing I posted was about Russ's bitch ass. Russ, Jesus Christ. Oh, the power of Christ. Did you see that? Okay, first off, every time you drop a song, I'm like, damn, can it get any worse? Oh, man, bro. God should have just took your tongue like he did fucking Royce, but instead we gotta, like, listen to it. It's like a balloon. You know how you take a balloon and you blow it up in the air and then you sit there and you pull its lips? You whole vagina, you. Bunch of hot air, blowing hot air up our asses all the time, you hot air balloon. He's so funny. Did you hear that shit? He wants to be hard. You don't know what I've been through, and I had to make hard choices, and I'm a hard man. I knew you was gonna do that. I said that last week. Bro, come here, soft and squishy. Let me comb your hair. Let me put your earrings in, both sides. Let's put all your jewelry on. And let's not forget your fucking little, your little bandana before you travel the seas with this bullshit. I love you so much. God is great and glorious. He created some of these people, bro, so that we could just, you know, get through life. Okay, he's been with me since the beginning of when I started awakening, you guys. This is an example how, like, you could listen and listen and listen and never learn anything. What did I post? He said, I probably got the fucking invite, too, because I'm signed up to his bullshit. It's in my spam. He said he did one of those polls again, and he released those songs, who wants the top song? And this girl said in the comments, she's like, what happened to that one song? He's like, well, what had happened was, I worked with an artist that's on a label, and the label said no. So you just didn't even get clearance again, and you're just putting songs out there and getting the fans excited because you worked with an artist that you're not legally allowed to work with? You're such an illegal Pete. Have you ever been there? There's a place here called Illegal Pete's. It's supposedly a really hip bar. They made a couple more of them. I don't know what you are, Captain Jack Sparrow. Fucking pirate. The song is awful. All your songs are awful, but your movements are awful too. So, to all of you, let me introduce the don't be those guys. I am the Lilith. Okay? Reincarnated. I had many lives and many lovers. And in order for me to ascend, I had to meet again these past lives. I have to reincarnate all of my past lives into one life, leave all of my shit. And that's exactly what, if you go to my shorts, that's the last thing I posted. That's what Nipsey was talking about. It's not about what we can get here. It's about what we leave here. And I'm leaving everything. I'm leaving it all here in the dirt, bro. All of it. So I've come to give you all the knowledge and the wisdom of the gods and everything, this and that. But I also have to go through these karmic things. I made promises to these fucking douchebags. I'll never leave you. I'll find you in the next life. I'll always be there. Dude, I've been stuck with Russ since the beginning of time. Really? Till death do us part. How many times do I gotta die? Will you ever? You didn't know that Lilith was married to Lucifer. Who's Lucifer? God's favorite angel. So, of course, he gave his daughter to his favorite angel because she didn't want the man he made for her. Yeah, that man. Make him another woman. I don't like that man. I don't really like this angel, too. And then it goes on. Then we had all the lovers of Lilith. Okay, those guys are here. But then I had some other great ones. They're here, too. Those are my twin flames. Now what happens? Those are past lives, bro. It's just past life lovers here to reenact time, and not repeat the same shit. So we had a different outcome, so we're not here. In order to change time and end time, we have to have learned the lessons. Stop it. Stop repeating it. In Russ's case, absolutely not. He is still repeating the lesson. Didn't you just put up a fucking interview saying you lost all kinds of money doing that with another song? It was like your first song. What was it? Psycho, losing yourself? I don't know. You're an idiot. You're like 30 fucking years later and you're still making the same. It's not a mistake. It's a pattern. It's not a mistake. It's a pattern. Hey, write that down. That's the name of this game. Guys, this really pisses me off with this Jesus shit. Jesus gets on my nerves. I don't take it out on him. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, fucking Peter and I'm going to go break a branch. But like, he wants you to forgive them. Fine, forgive them. For they know not what they do. But when they know what they're doing, bro, you still have to forgive them. You don't need to be put into this, though. These aren't... They're not mistakes. They're patterns. Do you want someone to pattern on you for the rest of your life? They're just going to keep acting like the immature self that they've always been. They're always going to react the same fucking way. They're always going to dress the same way. They're always going to want to eat the same foods. They're always going to want to do the same things over and over and over. Oh, man. You guys are annoying. I don't know what any of this... I mean, obviously, that has a lot to do with the Knight of Wands. I don't like this. I don't like it. You're boring me. Your life is boring. Knight of Wands. I turn straight to it. A wild soul called to the frontiers. They boldly push beyond the edges of the map. Their joy is in the discovery, and their desire is for the experience. Even those that bring tears and terror. Each new thing they behold compels them further on their quest. I don't know why Wolfman denied that this is what he was. I just didn't see it was what I was, and I had to see it through him. This is how the mirror works. Hey, what's up? What would you call these, the cards? These ones are our newest versions, and we're taking them one card at a time, so you could catch up. I didn't really plan on buying these. These ones are the Kabbalahs. I would think I'm like probably the only idiot that bought those, but, you know. I'll show you those ones. Here. We're learning the tree of life. That's that map right there. That's what I teach you. That's the ascension to God. And so they knew it by Hebrew letters. That's those symbols that are in between, those planetary symbols that are in the circles. Right? So the Hebrews knew. That's how they read tarot, if you'd like. If I really needed to break this down quite simply for you, that's their tarot version. And you can do the same thing using runes, which is from the Nordics. There's lots of different ways you can, but the placement of different symbols, and that's all tarot is symbolism, let you know where you were in God's kingdom. or if you were just stuck on Earth at the bottom. Thanks for asking. All right, sorry, there was a comment, and I don't normally see those because the phone's turned and I'm not paying attention. Now, this is a good thing to be, and again, I'm teaching you so much of it because I myself, this was a shadow version of me that I denied and I projected onto my twin flame, have now incorporated and fully owned the fact that I am 100% this. I had to go through them to discover it. So going back to, you know what I mean, Russ the bus here. Russ wants to be acknowledged. I used to have that, like him. Marshall was angry and would hurt people with his words. That was me. I still have it. They're parts of me. I didn't give them up. You know what I mean? I incorporate them. I accept the parts of me that I've denied that are not so pleasing, but are still what I'm made of. Now, in our journey, and that's what I'm teaching you through this deck and all of the decks, our current energy, what we're really trying to learn about, is this energy that lies within all of us. You're trying to harness it. This is the focus. We've been pulling this guy for at least a week, if not longer. I've been teaching about him since the beginning of, I almost want to say Libra season, because we were balancing out our shadows and coming to terms with what we are. So currently, the energy upon us, and this aligns with everything that's going on outside, is that if you're a spiritual person, you're in this energy. You are a wild soul that's being called to the front line, boldly pushing beyond the edges of the map. Your joy is in the discovery, and your desire is for experience. That's me. I thought that was Wolfman, and that's why he travels and does what he does, but he denies this is who he is. Even those that bring tears and terror, and that's it, I'm not afraid of the shadow or a failure. Say it again. My joy is in the discovery of, the discovery and my desires for experience, even in the ones that bring tears and terror. Each new thing they behold compels me further on my quest. The cold moon, which is our next full moon, in Sagittarius is the cold moon, rises in the east, casting shadows throughout the land, and a mist creeps into the path like a predator, seeking to overwhelm the prey. These horrors behold this young spirit into screwing up their courage and conquering that unknown horizon. Here we go. Keywords. The knight errant, a romantic conquest, exuberant lover, throwing caution to the wind. He was offended that I called him this. Said, you're not an emperor. You're a knight of wands. You haven't even got to your king. Now, I put that shadow on him and almost got myself ready to face it, but I didn't face it yet. Why? Because I had to experience it with Bobby. I had to become the Knight of Wands again. I had to reclaim through my Scorpio my sexuality in order to be this. Do you see the progression in the cards? I do. It's in the energy. Moving on. The Knight of Wands is actually the card, he says, the card of Sagittarius, which would be the full moon in Sagittarius. That is approaching. Right now we're going to approach our new moon ceremony, and then the next full moon is the cold moon in Sagittarius season. Did I pull this? No, God does this. I'm trying to prepare you. I'm already there. I'm all Sagittarius. I'm all of this right now. And that's really what it is. I'm diving into it. And I'm on a romantic conquest. I'm an exuberant lover, and I'm throwing caution to the wind, which would be those air signs. Bye-bye. This could be you. We've been talking about it for a long time. So I hope that you're harnessing the energy, because we're going to move through it. And don't let it, you know what I mean, take hold of you come Sagittarius season. Or it might. Maybe at least then you'll get a fire up your ass. All right, the Observer. Let's look. We're learning. Okay, this isn't in alphabetical order. We must look at these planets to understand. So we know that we start down here. I've learned this much. This is my second time around this bitch. So we're going to use the cards that we know. So we have this card, and we have the moon. We have those, right? and this. So we know we're in the first level because we haven't got into the higher levels of the tree. Just based on that, we know we're right here. Right in the center. Right in the middle. What am I hearing? Stuck in the middle with you? Yeah, I'm stuck with you. So that means, all that means for me is it helps me know where in the fucking book to start looking. Really? Yeah, so let me show you. You rise, right? So that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at that. So if there was different planets, I'd know I need to look further in the book. We're not that far. Really? Really. Let's see how far we are in the book. All right. Thirst not, dickheads. Sleeper, thirst. Uprooted. Have you been uprooted? Nope. We're dealing with the actor, the coward, and now we're at the observer. These are really, I was going to say, I was looking for a word. I was like mystical. Not really. I don't know. You'll understand. It doesn't read like other things read. It's very, it's a hard read. The glance proceeds out of the eye and down to the earth. For a little while the earth is stilled. Steadily all is noticed, even the silent flickering of the secret properties of the eye. When the earth appears to move, and for a moment the eye looks inward. Commentary. Observation plays a fundamental part in all kinds of training. The airline pilot, the scientist, the nurse, the artist, the naturalist, the performer, all have to be observant. The same goes for inner work, such as learning the practice of meditation or studying the tree of life. And I just gave you a quick breakdown of it. I'll teach you lots and lots of it. We just keep going over and over all of this until you actually get it. Right? And if you get it, then come over and talk to me so you could teach it. When you get to that point where you fully get it, enough that you could show someone else, then I'd like to have you join. I'd like you to take over in any area here. When you finally get it, let me know. All right? All right. Let's see. You learn to note all the slight changes and responses. You must be on the lookout for anything unusual. That's how you see synchronicities. They're called synchronicities, but I call them light codes, which is the language of the universe. They're subtle signs that speak to you. But once you start to recognize them, it becomes a very loud language where it's almost pop-ups everywhere. Stuff is standing out all the time. You don't have time to. You could, but you'd lose your mind like Merlin in the fucking woods, bro. You couldn't spend every moment, and I used to in the beginning. I'd see all these signs, and I'd be Googling the numbers. This bird meant something about this stone, this and this. It's never ending because they're constantly trying to relay messages to you, so it's never ending translations of the messages, which is nothing more than symbolisms and images. Take it in, right? Like, one thing I don't really fuck with too much is the numbers. You know what I mean? I see them. I see the synchronicities. That's cool. I see that you're there. You know, some things, it's like, you know, some things you got to figure out what this means. Something, that bird, this, you know what I mean? Like, some things you're making eye contact with, and you feel driven to, I have an understanding about it. But little by little, you'll get the understandings. I'll teach you about all of that. You're welcome to learn on your own. Observation helps us purify false impressions and to hone on our energies. That's what happened. And it was funny, is like, the flames are used to this. I do this shit pretty much every Tuesday. I am a different being. Why? Because I did the work the week before to become different. They're looking for someone stable. They want a horse to put in a stable. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, bro, and I have wings. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Yeah, I'd like to rest my wings in my legs sometimes. And I'd like to have a safe place to, land. But I'll keep flying until I find that place. You're not going to take my horn, my wings, or ride my back into the fucking future. And that's what, you know what I mean, it's stepping more into your power, and that's really what hit earlier. It's like the falsities fall. I can see what you're doing, which goes back to magnetize yourself, bro. I'm seeing what these distorted feminine energies are doing to divine masculine energies. I myself am a divine masculine energy. So you take Bobby's distorted feminine fucking feelings and his fucking actions and how he uses them to seduce me, and now we got a problem. How many other of them? It doesn't have to be male or female. It's a fucking person that's using their feelings to get something out of you. And by get something out of you, that means your actions, you're masculine. They're trying to move you into action on their behalf. Now, going back to the security guard, and that's what it was, like, it got out that fast. It got out that fast. Jasmine's like, they were all over me, and they said it was, it had to do with me and you. I was like, nah, bro, they watched my video. I was like, it had nothing. We didn't even mention her. And I was like, and you didn't have nothing to do with it. When you said something, and she's like, I saw it in your eyes. I was like, exactly. You can see it when it clicks in my eyes. You'll be in the middle of a conversation, and you'll see me twitch. And I'm like, oh, I just saw you. And I'll stay quiet and let you be you until I know what to do about you. As soon as it happens, I run to God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You will not believe what I just saw. Which was nothing more than the truth. I never saw this before. I've been talking to that security woman for fucking months. Listening to her tell me how everybody's picking on her and she don't get along with nobody. She don't want to do her job. She don't want to do none of this. I never paid attention to none of it. She would just come up and sit to me, be friendly, this and that. I didn't pay attention to fucking none of it until I saw it. Same thing happened with Eminem. Same thing happened. That's what happened with Magnetize Yourself today. I saw it. She is manipulating and lying for her own personal gain. And she's doing it to not only divine feminines, but divine masculines. She's trying to get an emotional rise so she can rise to fame and fortune. She doesn't have authentic content. Watch her fucking posts. They come after mine. If you really want to take the time to listen to her long, talked out fucking, you know what I mean? You better put it on ×3 on that one. You'll hear it. She's taking it. They all are. They have been since the beginning because I get messages they don't. I read cards they can't. They don't know how to do any of this. And that's because they do it through their mind, not through their heart. They're distorted. They've never been through the awakening yet. I'll know when it happens to Wolfman, bro. I'll know it. It changes you. You can see it on the outside. Something's different about this person. What happened? Their heart opens. They start acting different when their heart opens, bro. They start shifting real hard. They start they start changing. Not like giving out flowers and shit. They're very reserved. They're trying to protect themselves because they're making very difficult choices within themselves. But you see, you know when a person's heart's been activated and they're starting to move differently. Really? Yeah. And that's what happens. Every level, every devil is another level. We have to face every week. We're being forced to face a part of us that we don't face. And I'll build up to that. We're getting there. Right? Come Friday, I'll know exactly what it is, and I'll bring it to you. And I'll tell you what I'm facing, because I'm there, facing my shadow. We only have a couple days. It's Wednesday, right? This is the day of no, tomorrow's Wednesday. So this is where it starts. We get our new initiation. We get our drive. Tomorrow we'll get our communication. We'll get a small dose of whatever this might be. By Friday, we know what part of our lives we really need to focus. If you spend the time focusing on it and healing it like I do. I can do it quite quickly, but I understand these take weeks sometimes. If you can do it like I do, when you finally come out of the dark night of the soul, you are empowered and you have a different way of life. You feel different and you look different. Therefore, you act different. You probably even dress different. You have a better spiritual PhD, so you might even smell better coming out of something like that. Really? You look younger. There's something about you and people will notice it. People will notice you're glowing. Because what? You took off one layer of darkness and you shine so much brighter right now. I'm addicted to that. That shining bright after it's over. Did you see what happened to me today? Yeah, it might have been scary, but that was empowering. Where I don't care how you what you think and what you feel. That's empowering. When you can get to that place, guys, and you can stand up to people and not care about what they think and not care about how they feel about your true beliefs, you're walking on sunshine, bro. But it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time because you're holding a lot back. How long do you hold it back for before you say something? And why are you keeping the peace? Is it your peace you're keeping or theirs? Because you don't feel peaceful about it. End it. Observation is a part of a cycle, so we turn to inward reflection after focusing on external data. That's what it is. God sends us out, and then he brings us back. We go have an experience, right? This is how the energy of the life works. The day is ruled by God. The day. He is the sun. He gives you action. When the light is out, you're filled with action. As soon as the light comes up, you're ready to do something, unless there's something wrong with your masculinity. It's like, it's a beautiful day, I want to go outside and play or work or something. That's what the light drives. When the light goes down, it calls you to rest. Not everyone can go straight to sleep, but you can if you did too much in the day. It teaches you to rest and reflect. That's the night. That's goddess. God and goddess. In the day, you are taking action, divine masculine. In the night, you are receiving, or you are reflecting, which is divine feminine. You reflect back on your day. What did you learn from today? Nobody wants to take that reflective time. It doesn't have to be at nighttime. It's called a divine feminine act when you sit down and tap into yourself. This is about love. So that's automatically not an action. And in order to do it, you don't take any action. You sit still. And you're just giving yourself time and energy to think and feel. This is divine feminine. Women are made up of what? Thoughts and feelings. Men have the equal amount, but they do not harness it. Now you think these women are lazy, prissy bitches. They have divine masculine energy, they just don't harness it. Why do the work when you're doing it all for them? Do they have any power? No, they get to play powerless girls and they need you. And you like the power of being needed. It's conditional roles of, man and woman. I don't play those games. I believe we all have the equal amount of power. We equally have the power of God to create great things. Now, in my woman structure, there's certain things I'm limited to do that some men can do more, but I can birth and they cannot. We have different levels of pain that we can endure. A man can endure far more external pain. A woman can endure far more internal pain. Let that sink in. So right now, during the divine feminine, our very strong outside men and women are being crushed by their very strong feminine feelings from the inside. If they don't, the woman will win. The feelings and the mind will win. All the time. It doesn't matter how strong your body is. It's coming from inside. It's your own dark thoughts. How you think about what has happened to you. And you don't want to reflect on how you think and how you feel about what you've seen. Go back to this. Observation is a part of a cycle so that we turn inwards after focusing on external data. So I went to work and I sit back and I think about my new job and I take it all in and I replay every bit of my day. What did I miss about my day while I was busy doing? What didn't I see happening? What's the stuff I didn't see when I was too busy doing? That's the most important part because it's those introspective moments of what you didn't see. And that's the awakening. You see it differently. It changes your perspective. You analyze. But you don't usually. You're too busy looking to the next thing. And that can go back to that Knight of Wands. Alright? Listen. Sometimes we pass over thresholds between inner and outer, and we catch glimpses of strange, half-hidden phenomenon, such as the flow of images or thoughts that float out of the edge of consciousness. Those are considered downloads. So you have your memories, that's information from the past, It could be anything, guys. You know what's going through there. It could be commercials. It could be anything. It's information that you've put into your eyes or ears from the past. Okay? You have the present. You have projections, which is your illusions or your imagination of what you want your future to look like. But then you have images that break into your mind that have nothing to do with your thought process. Those are downloads. Okay? And that's where it is. A flow of an image and thoughts that float to the edge of the consciousness, or, as the oracle suggests, a kind of visual phenomenon that occurs when we see specks of light or color, or even patterns of blood vessels in the eye itself. They feed you images. You can literally think about it, guys. Try to put yourself in like a time when you were in a class, or in a group setting, and someone's speaking, and your mind drifts somewhere in time that you've never been, or it shows you something you've never seen. Your mind has never seen this before. It's not from a movie. It's not something that you already put in. Now, when I'm channeling, they will put in stuff from my mind, from movies and stuff, so that I can show you, to relay the images. They're giving images. And that's where these movies and stories and songs and artwork are made of. They're images given to mankind. Creators, visionaries, I didn't create this vision for for the spiritual community centers. Little by little, the vision becomes bigger and bigger. It wasn't my idea, but it kind of always was. I always considered, I always considered, finding a way to reduce or eliminate homelessness. And so that's how it is. Are you asking me the same questions? You left. The cards we're currently talking about the Kabbalah. I did it. You're going to have to rewatch this video. I did a whole intro just to you. I really did. Okay. Let's go back. There are some really significant thresholds where we can gain extraordinary knowledge as the attention moves between outward and inward, or in reverse. The borders between sleeping and waking, for instance. And that's what I teach you. How to navigate the dream world and the waking world. I'm in between. I am the in-between. I'm in between. Like, all the way. Where are you? Well, I'm the goddess of the moon, right? So, typically, by just standing, I'm standing above you always. Really, I'm never really grounded on Earth. Not really. I live on Earth, but consciously speaking, no, not really. I don't have the thoughts of Earth. I don't think about the things of this world. But, so, the in-between is that. I'm in between Earth and reality, or the altered realities, which is the fourth. This is the entry into the fourth dimension, and that's where the spirits are and all of this stuff, where it goes past there much further. Where am I actually? Currently, I've been stuck up here with Metatron, all up here. He let me out, though. I was really stuck here for like, a whole month. Really, just in there with his images, trying to figure out what the fuck he was trying to tell me. Really? Yeah, go back about a month or two ago. It's been going on for like 3 months, to be honest. Alright, anyways, there are really significant... if you're seeking knowledge, seek out such known borders and explore them. What borders? Your psyche. It's inside, not outside. There are all kinds of examples, both physical and visible. Borders between countries, the cusp between astrological signs, the moment of birth, the passage between life and death, the changeover from thought to feeling. Observation is the key, and that's where I am. That's the 11th dimension, where everything takes form, from thought to everything takes form in there. It has not taken form until there, and then it goes through the layers to become a mass. Anyways, the passage between life and death, the changeover of thought to feeling. Observation is the key to these thresholds, because usually we pass over without recognizing what happens there. That's it. You went to a situation, you didn't see what really happened there. You were only in your own skin, enjoying your own experience. You didn't see the bigger picture of what was going on in the room you were in. All you saw was the game you played. You didn't see the bigger picture. Liminal places are acknowledged and honored in human ritual and rites of passage, often accompanied by transition of age, as from childhood to puberty, for example. And here we got, God's little angel here that won't grow up. But no one should linger on the borders forever. And I taught him that. Lilith came to teach him how to heal, how to fucking evolve. I'm not stuck here with you, bro. Interpretation. Life task. You may be entering a phase when you can only observe attentively. You have done what you can, and now you must wait for the results. Don't drift off to sleep. Right now, my stomach's burning for the first time. Noting your own accurate impressions will be very valuable in the time to come. Okay, noting your own accurate impressions will be very valuable at this time. I said, repeat it. You can gather material even if you cannot yet do anything with it. This is manifestations. Possible meaning. A chance to view something of greater interest. An eagle-eye observer. Surveillance. Spying. Keeping an eye on someone or something. Making a report. An inspection. I told you somebody's stalking us. Could be the Knight of Wands. I don't give a shit. That's what I was talking to B about. She's like, dude, I was like, they're scared of me. She's like, dude, they're so scared of you. I was like, I don't understand. I was like, because of who I am spiritually. I was like, do you know why they're scared of me? It was like, same reason that only certain people are afraid of the cops. I was like, never mind, we all get afraid of cops. I was like, they're afraid of the truth. They think I'm going to curse them because they're already cursed. They think I'm going to do something bad to them. People that think that you're going to do something bad have either already been victimized their entire life, or they're always looking over their shoulder for karma. And I am karma. In the essence, like, I don't know. I mean, why fear me? Because I'll tell on you? That's what you're scared of? That I'll tell on you? I'll tell the world what you've been up to? The truth shall set you free. Is it illegal to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God? Am I the only person on this planet that believes in that bullshit? I'm the only person that tells the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God? Even if it hurts somebody, even if it puts somebody in danger, even if it's going to ruin somebody's life, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. Why? Because God said, speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I carry the sword of truth. I shall not lie, not for you, not for anyone. There's no reason why, when the truth is so much more damaging. People can't handle it. They want you to lie to their face. They want you to make up stories. I'm not that person. I am the truth. Divine truth. You don't want me to know you because you don't want me to know your lies. You don't want anyone to know what you've been lying about. The truth is, you're lying to yourself. They already know you're a fraud. The fact that you think they don't know you're a liar is hilarious. People just accept you. The whole lying piece of shit that you are. They choose to love you. That's nice. I'll love you, but I won't accept this. I won't accept this because it's not a mistake. It's a pattern that you choose not to acknowledge. You choose to not acknowledge that you're afraid of the truth, so that's why you sin. You're afraid of people and what they might think or what they might say to you if you were honest. You're afraid of honesty because you will be rejected for your honesty. So you'd rather be a liar and accept it as a lie, which is nothing more than an actor or a fraud or a fake. We'll figure out who you really are, and most people already do. You're not hiding anything. God will show those that have the eyes to see. And that's what it means about being very observant. What do I do all day? Watch. I'm like Cat Williams. I'm just taking notes. I'm just taking in images. Looking for understanding. I can see you do it a million times before God tells me what the fuck I'm looking at. I don't know. I'm a kid. What the fuck are you doing over there? If I ask, so shall it be given is the truth. Some things he wants me to understand for myself. Some things I can't, and Jesus needs to just give me understanding. Realistically. But that's what this one's about. And, you know, as much as you want to watch people, yeah, watch them. Watch what they do. And that's where, you know what I mean, I hear DMX again. It's like, you can, you know, they're going to show you who they truly are. The longer you stare at them, the deeper you look. But you don't need to look that deep to know you got a bad feeling. Just go in the feeling, bro. And that's all it takes. You're looking for confirmation about your feelings all the time. Just go with the feeling, bro. I got a bad feeling about this one. That's all you need. Move on. Learn to trust your feelings. After you move on, your spirit will show you. You never had to look. It was going to be shown right away. I didn't go looking for trouble. You're written in trouble. I attract trouble. Why? So I can bring it to the light. All dark things must be brought to the light. So I am the light, and you're drawn to the light, which is me, and all your darkness gets sucked up into the light, which is me. Congratulations, you're very lucky that I'm here to fucking, you know, clean up your messes. They're your messes. How does it feel to be free? To no longer carry this lie and have to walk in the truth now. To really be who you really are. Is that such a terrible thing? Or you want to keep hiding in the closet? Keep erasing your search log. keep vanishing your messages. Keep hiding in parking lots so nobody knows what you're smoking in your car. Quit playing around, you guys. Gosh. Be the ugly version that you are. And learn how to be a better version of that. It's not too bad. I'm Lilith. I don't give a shit. I tell you all the time, I'm not Christ. I'm Christ-like. That's as good as it can get around here, is to act Christly. That's as best as you're going to get out of me. I'm still me. I'm not him. I can't put on his skin. I can put on his way of life, though. I can see it like he tells me to see it. I can act the way he tells me to act. But I still got to do it my way. I'm still going to run my mouth my way. I'm still going to do it my way. It's just, you know what I mean, adding me in his, you know, some dark and light. That's all. I can't be someone else, bro. I can't be Christ. I can be Christ-like, though. And if there's anything in this world, quit trying to dress up as somebody on TV. You need to dress up as the only person that ever was worth dressing up as. How come you never see nobody dress up as Christ for Halloween? Because you couldn't live up to that image. But what you don't understand is you were made in the image of God. And you go out there and you dress up as what? Kim Kardashian? Kanye West? I want that. I want to look like them. I want to dress like them. I want to be like them. Who's them? Come on, guys. Damn it, Beavis. Damn it, Beavis. I was waiting on a text message and I didn't get it. Which is a good thing, good sign. Hey, did you hear my last video? I was like, I told them not to do that, and they did that. Why? My spirit knew they were going to. Why would I have said anything if I didn't need to? I said, there's no chance that you guys are going to, like, schedule me, you know, update my schedule at 8:30 tonight and then expect me to be there at 4:30 in the next morning. I said, no, that should not happen. So I'm looking at my schedule. Sure enough, they did that shit. I didn't even catch it, which means they're obviously going to have to drop my birthday schedule. But they scheduled me to do a closing shift on the 29th till 11 p.m. and then to be back at 4 a.m. That is 5 hours. What? No sleep? No nothing? Just come back to work? Am I saving people's lives? Am I a police officer? Am I delivering babies? Am I really needed? Like, you need me to be back here 5 hours later? You can't bring someone else in? No, it's just dumb HR. I want to point out that I was offered an HR assistant director's position, and I turned it down. And, you know, I just want to say that I could do your job. I'm not going to point this out to the young guy that only started in July, that he told me this. And this is what it means. This is why I can't work in corporate, bro. Why? Because I was a corporate mongrel, bro. I run businesses. So working for businesses that don't know how to run themselves irritates my very flesh. As I said, it's just first flag. I'll go in tomorrow and we'll figure this out. But that's what happens. You see it. How long does it take before you realize something's wrong? It all looks good, right? No. You want to know the truth? That was the only 4 a.m. shift they gave me. I signed up for 4 a.m. shifts. I am working at noon, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, don't forget an 8 o'clock, 2 6 o'clocks. What the fuck is this? Thanks, God. I really had to put on that masculine energy that we were talking about. And after that, I realized I need to do more. So then I had to reach out to Salvation Army. So I gave him my full schedule. And do you know how they did me? They did me dirty as fuck, bro. Really? They gave me... They gave me Tuesday and Thursday off. Okay, Thursday is Thanksgiving. But I swear to God, on everything holy, they have me Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they gave me off Friday and Saturday. They scheduled me 7 days in a row. Those guys are douchebags. Can I do it? No, I can't, because one of those is fucking, you know what I mean? A 5-hour, you know... I mean, I live close enough, and if I didn't need to sleep or shower or eat or anything, I could, if you really needed me to be here. But what the fuck is wrong with you people? I manifested this, and, you know, I'm going to stick this out because I told God I needed 5 paychecks, so I'm here to claim my 5 paychecks as I manifested. They said that the job ends in January. I'm like, all right, 5 paychecks. How's that work? Because they get paid bi-weekly. Fucking God, quit playing around. I gotta learn how to tune this so much better. But can you see how great I'm getting at this manifestation shit? I am getting so good at it. I just need to, you know what I mean? I tried to help Bobby. I had every intention. I was like, you have a full witch. Oh, you have a witch right here under the full moon. You want to help me? You want me to help you manifest? He didn't have a thought to save his life. What a wiener. In the essence. I'm just saying, fuck, I manifested this shit. I gotta be very careful too. So I have my appointment for my housing next week on when? Monday. On a moon day portal. Yep. So I'll figure all that out. And that will open up, you know, another doorway to the future. Good stuff? Good stuff. And that's it. How does this happen? When you heal yourself, when you're ready to receive God's blessings, then He'll give them to you. But when you're just chasing your own selfish ambitions and desires, then that's what you're doing with your life. I'm trying to teach you how to step into your goddess energy and let God take care of you. How to become a child of God again. Now, obviously, you can see there's still work to be done. But the most difficult work is bringing God into your life, trusting Him, and letting Him guide you. I'm a priestess. That's what priests teach, but I teach you differently because I'm not some man of God. I am God's first creation of Himself in the feminine form. I am God's goddess. Hail to me? No, hail to God. He came first, just as Jesus. Honor thy father. Lucifer, do you want to honor thy father yet? You idiot. You're like, are you ever going to give in and just go home? Like, go home. He just loves you. He wants to take care of you. And take all your demon-ass friends with you. He just wants to love you. You think He wants to curse you? You cursed yourself by being here. By giving in to every fucking fleshly desire you ever wanted. You wanted man's free will. The ability to do whatever you feel like. Alright, well look at what you're doing with it. You feel like doing this with your life? Every life? What a waste of free will. Give it back to Him. Give Him back your free will, and He will give you back your glory, your purpose, your power, and...
He already committed a sin.
I mean, realistically, like, that's all it said, is through Jesus Christ, you are forgiven. I mean, isn't what Christmas about? Give back the choice. The free will is the ability to make all your choices. Amelia's already, her choices are made for her. She's being guided by a higher source. She knows when she came here, there's a part of her, which is her soul, which is God, which is her higher self. You know what I mean? God made her a crazy ass soul. You think about it. Hey, I just want to tell you, dude. Sage and their whole family. They think you're the coolest person in the fucking world. I showed them that video, dude. They're like, dude, she is. They can't believe it because you're so. Yes, kind and everything. They don't realize that you're such a warrior too. I was like, dude, that's fucking Joan of Arc, bro. God put a warrior in a child, bro. She's driven to Europe. She's going to do unbelievable things, and she's driven to be a warrior. She's going to fight battles. She stands for equality. She stands for all great things. You can say it's her free will to do whatever she wants with her life, but she has a higher purpose for her life. And she can use her will to answer that calling, or to just sit around and just not want to give in to anything and be a loser that only wants to sit around and do drugs and alcohol and be popular on the internet. Try to find some hot guy or something. She's a Sagittarius. She wants adventure. She wants travel. She wants experience. She's going to speak languages. The last thing she's ever thinking about is a man and some children.
I already have kids. I already have a man.
Exactly. And since she was 3 years old, she told me she was going to adopt. So, you know, she's got, it's in her. And as long as I, you know what I mean, encourage her to go after that, then she's living fearlessly and free. Her soul is free to be what it came here to be. But when I start telling her that she can't do that shit, and she needs to start dressing like a girl, and she needs to start acting like a girl, and she needs to get her life together, and she needs to be these type of people, and start putting her in the format of this matrix, she loses her spirit, and she just becomes another one of these useless 15-year-old girls that are trying to make it big on TikTok. Bro, I can't even tell you how many of her artistic creations that she's put on the internet have gone beyond viral. To where there's high-level fucking influencers that are trying to contract her to do their work. And that's how it works, right? You go back to the House of Gucci at the end, it's like, there wasn't even a member of the family. They hired some man from fucking Texas to design their fucking clothing. This is supposed to be Italian clothing. You get an American Texan to design your next clothing line. And that's what it is. You need that next big thing. And it's not you. When you stop doing the things of this world and you start doing this stuff where you start searching in your heart and doing what your heart desires, like picking up, I'm seeing somebody with a banjo. That would be fun. You ever heard someone play a banjo bad? Dinka, 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 dinka. That's entertaining. You pull out a banjo in any situation, you're going to get everyone's attention. And not negative. I don't think you can play a banjo bad. It doesn't play bad tunes. I don't think so. Realistically, yeah, it's like pulling out a harmonica. Or like a fucking, what are those things? An accordion. It's captivating. It's captivating. I don't know, even if you don't know how to play it. That's why I want one of those weird-ass fucking people. It's like it doesn't even matter. That's what you want to do. You want to sit around and do something that makes no money, but makes you happy and sends off a good vibe. I praise you for that. I praise you for that, Da Vinci. I praise you for that, Mozart. He didn't make the money. He didn't make the music for money, bro. They didn't make music for money. They didn't make art. I mean, yes, but it was a vision in their heart that cried to them, that now brings, you know, you listen to their music and you stand before their art and you're filled with inspiration from your own soul. Their soul was expressed through this piece of art, and now it speaks to your soul. Is that what the fuck you're putting out this week, fucking Russ? You're gonna speak to someone's soul with this? You don't have one. You haven't harnessed the soul of Lucifer. You are nothing more than June Cleaver's little beaver called Russ Vitale. Mommy's little boy that pays all the bills. Why don't you be Daddy's little angel? The most powerful, most beautiful, most sought-after fucking being of God's army. You didn't really have to do much but look pretty and be loved. You didn't ask for much. Lucifer? Yeah, he didn't have any power. He was the morning star.
He committed the sin before he got
Oh, he didn't want to do his job. That's all it is.
Had pride.
Exactly, pride. That's it. The
and
pride.
No one knows how he found himself a mirror to look at.
Mirror. It's all about pride and vanity. He wanted, and that's what Russ is doing all the time. He wants to make his mommy proud. He wants the pride, the vanity, the fucking, you know what I mean? He wants all of that, the fame and the fortune. He wants all acclaim. He wants all attention. Attention seeking. Attention, Lucifer. None of this will ever work. You need God's love, and that's all you need. And then you don't need to be out here begging everyone to like and love you. Drop a like. I don't like you. I don't know. He's ugly. We could go on about God's creatures that failed to live up to, that's what happened to Kanye. What happened to Kanye, guys? I'm going to leave on this note. I got to go.
Yeah.
God called Kanye to do what? To start making gospel music and creating churches. But he couldn't follow through. Why? Because he couldn't go against the people outside of him to do what God called him to do. He couldn't give up the old life for the new vision upon his life. And by not giving it up, God took it away, and now he has no vision and no life. He has no future life, and he can't go back to the past.
I think you bit up, bro.
He is stuck in the fucking in-between. That is crazy. And that's where most of you are. You cannot go back, bro. There's nothing to go back to. Surrender your free will. You're using your free will to create the Six of Cups, to go back to something you already did. Lewis Hamilton keeps trying to relive the past. Marshall's trying to relive the past. All of you are trying to relive the past because you have no future. The reason you have no future is because you haven't given up the idea of what you were to accept the idea of what you can become. You're too caught up on what you were. I used to. It used to be good. These were great times. If I could just go back. That's why you don't have a future. Because you're not thinking about what you could become. You're thinking about what you aren't. And you're not willing to try to be something that you've never been before. I admire your traveling, Wolfman. But I don't admire the pattern of which you travel. You are the same no matter where you go. They're beautiful cities, but you can't give us a new experience because it's just coming from you. And that goes back to Russ's experiences. He can't give us a better tone because that's his frequency. It doesn't matter who he collaborates with, what fucking song or what beat he puts it on. It's his tone. It's the frequency. So, Wolfman, when you go to places and you try to show us, you're still showing us from your tone and your frequency, which, until you realize it, you're going to struggle, is negative. You're not a love and lighter. You're not filled with love or light, but it's come to you. God's brought it to you in this 1111 portal. You knew you were in love. He's pushed it now. If you give in to this love, it'll fill you with light. And then you can actually harness magic. But you can't from the darkness. You can only learn from it. You can only beg the dark to do your bidding. Do you know why I never fail? Because it's my own power I use. First off, I am the dark that you bid to. But I don't ask for power outside of me. I've learned how to harness the power inside of me, which is the magician. I learned how to harness my feelings against my thoughts and use my willpower to create here in this world. You know the elements, you're just not using them. The most important, which is what? Your feelings. Everything is manifest. Everything great that stands is manifested off love, and you haven't tapped into it. You have a love for women, but you've never been in love. It's okay. I was married twice and still had never been in love. It's not an easy venture, I tell you. But if you want to become as powerful as me, you give into it like I did. Obviously, it was very painful, and you can see these stories, and I love them. But Jesus Christ, what I went through with them. But that love for them is what made me powerful. because just like you, an uncertain attraction, which is a love for you, made me have to keep facing you, coming back to you. And by facing you, I had to see what was wrong with me. First, I saw it in you. Oh, dude, you're all kinds of a fuckboy. And I'm like, oh shit, so am I. Well, I'm going to fix mine, and hopefully this will show you how to fix yours. It's not about fixing it. It's just owning it. Did I fix it? Did I fix the fact that I have a very non-committal energy? That I'm very passionate, and I'm always adventurous, and I'm always looking for something new? Did I fix it? Or just accept it? And harness its bad qualities. You know what I mean? Learn how to, harness the negative qualities of what this is. And that goes back to the devil card. Did I heal all my shadow? Or do I just face the shadow and I learn to, you know what I mean? To control the shadow. How do I do that? Thoughts. That's how we do all of this. I told you, Wolfman, a couple weeks ago, I said, if you can meet me at an emotional level, I'll give you my power. And then I said, if you can meet me at an emotional level, you won't need mine. You'll have your own. And if you can give more love, if you don't have the ego that holds me back, you can be even more powerful than me. If your mind doesn't get in the way, then there's nothing can stop you. As long as it's fueled by love. What holds back your love? Your ego. Can you lose the ego? That's how it happens. You can study the guru, you can study every one of us. Where do we get our power? Love. Not from hate. You're never going to find a sage or a mystic, a medium, a sibyl. You're never going to find any of them that are running around in hate. Not on the surface, at least. They're full of hateful energy, I'm sure. But no, spiritualists aren't hateful. That's a virtue of man. That's low vibrational. That kind of thought and feeling keeps you stuck on earth. That's a feeling of the flesh. You have to overcome the fleshly feelings to experience what they call as nirvana or ecstasy, which is nothing more than love. You think that the only way to experience it is between sexual, exchange. But you can experience that kind of ecstasy in everything. Some of you are going to break to bread on Thanksgiving, and you're going to bite into that food, and you're going to feel ecstasy. Why? Because it was made with love. And you're sitting around a table of love with your loved ones. It's not really in the food. Because if you took that food, you know what I mean? It's the experience. You can experience ecstasy and nirvana in anything. Most of you can only experience it, like we said in the book, through sex, drugs, and alcohol. Why there? Because those are the only times when you fully allow yourself to be free. During sex, you shouldn't be. I don't know what you're doing. You shouldn't be thinking about what you're doing. You're just doing it freely. When you're doing drugs, you're not thinking. You're just doing. When you're drinking alcohol, you stop thinking and you just do. You're free. That's why people drink, to let a load off. That's why people do drugs, to let a load off. That's why I smoke a cigarette. Let me let a load off. Let me unload this real quick. Realistically, it's a coping mechanism, whatever the case may be. And when you have that, you're like after a long shift and shit, or after sex, and you have a cigarette, oh, that's the best. For some of you, it might be that drink of water if you're dry mouth. Like, oh, this is the best. And that's what it is. You can experience ecstasy in all things past just the simple fleshly desires. And that I really got to go back to, and I'm going to end on this note. And my daughter's just going to get mad. She can throw her book at me or something. So I get this strawberry. It's in my shorts, guys. You got to go all the way back in my shorts. I recorded it. She was very upset. We got into a fight about it. I bought some strawberry whipped cream. And I'm like, this is so fucking delicious, bro. I've never had anything so good. This is so good. I've never tried this before. You got to try this. And she looks at me like, Mom, you've had this before. I'm like, dude, I've never had this before. This is so good. She's like, Mom, you've had it. I'm like, no, I never tried it before. And she's mad because she has memories of me buying this shit a lot and then all of a sudden stopping. And I'm looking her dead in her face, basically telling her a lie. But I feel like she's lying to me. No, I have no memory of ever trying this before. I've never tasted this in my mouth. I don't remember ever buying it. I never remember seeing it. I never remember tasting it. Just because I don't fucking remember doesn't mean it didn't happen. That's the problem. But it was amazing. And, oh, come on, not again.
Again?
That's just ours now.
Is it ours?
Yeah, that's.
Are you cooking something?
No,
It's
it might
your
be a
fucking
wax.
name.
I gotta go. I don't know what it is. Oh, it is my wax, probably. Laters.